First of all, thank you all so much for being here today. We're really excited. We get to meet with you. Welcome to our live Halloween directed drawing with Kodable. My name is Danielle, and I was a tech and STEM teacher for over 8 years, and I loved using Kodable in my classroom. So now I'm very lucky that I get to be on the teacher team, and I get to help teachers and students use the program. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Greg.
Hello, my name is Greg. I am the art director at Kodable. I have been doing this pretty much my whole life, and I love it. I do all the art and animation for the games.
Hi, everybody. My name's Emmy. I'm the product manager at Kodable, and I also used to be a teacher. I taught STEM for about 10 years. And same with Danielle, I really loved Kodable, so I feel very lucky to be now working for Kodable.
So we're going to start by talking about some exciting things happening in Kodable right now and talk about the Halloween events that have been going on. Then we will jump into our guided drawing where you guys will learn step by step how to draw Kodable characters from our very own art director, Greg, and they will have a fun, spooky Halloween twist. And then at the end, as you guys are adding more details to your art and coloring it, you guys will get a chance to ask some questions to the Kodable team about anything you want. Right now we have our Halloween events going on. They've been going on for a few weeks, so hopefully some of you guys have gotten to dive in and experience some of the challenges happening in our Halloween block party, which is going on in Kodable Basics, where you will get to go through different mazes that are all fun Halloween themed. And this Friday, which is Halloween, October 31st, is our trick-or-treating event. So don't forget to log on Friday so you get to experience the fun in the trick-or-treating in Fuzztopia. We also have our Halloween event going on in Kodable Creator called High Flyer, where you get to code and customize and create your very own Halloween themed video game. Your game might look totally different from a classmate or a friend that is also doing it. So both of these Halloween events are going on until November 7th. So you guys, if you haven't done it yet, you have the rest of the week and next week to experience them. We also have more fun events happening this year. We have the Hour of Code, which is in December, and you can play and explore different Kodable activities and celebrate the Hour of Code with us. We also have our Winter Spectacular events that are really fun and winter themed. You can even code a snowboarding snowman. We also have our Valentine's Day events in both Kodable Basics and Kodable Creator. And we have another webinar then too. And teachers, if you want to learn more about these events or double check the dates or see extra activities that go along with them, you can find that on your teacher dashboard under the resources tab. Now we have something really exciting to share with you guys. We have some new stuff in Kodable, and we have a brand new character named Pixel. And you guys are going to be some of the first people to actually meet and see what Pixel looks like. So maybe you can envision in your head what this character might look like. Are you ready? This is Pixel, and this is the world of Flooftopia in Kodable Creator. And in Flooftopia, you can explore different courses that teach you how to code or teach you about engineering or science concepts, even digital citizenship. And when you're in Flooftopia and you learn to code, you can even learn to code your very own video games. So we're actually going to dive into the submarine really quick so I can show you another Floof and our brand new course in Kodable Creator all about digital citizenship. So this is Sly on the left. Sly is our digital citizenship floof that lives in the submarine. He's pretty cool. And you can see right here in the digital citizenship course, we're kind of sorting through papers and deciding what information is safe or unsafe. And this is actually one of our team's favorite floofs. This is Kevin. Kevin is all about science. So right now we're diving into Kevin's profile and deciding if it is safe or not. And we have a lot more digital citizenship courses coming soon. We are going to go ahead and get set up. So a couple reminders: you're going to need a piece of paper, a pencil, an eraser. At the end, we'll leave time for questions and answers. So at that time, you can add more details, and you can also grab coloring supplies to color it in. This is the awesome picture that you guys are going to be creating with Greg today. And as Greg mentioned, he's been at Kodable for a long time. He's been here over 7 years. So when you guys are working in Kodable Basics or Kodable Creator or Bug World, the buttons that you click, the characters that you see, the items, the artwork, even the music was created by Greg. So now you are kind of learning from a Kodable art celebrity directly from him on how to draw some of these characters. So we're really excited for you guys to learn from him. Please don't forget to take some pictures and videos today, and then at the very end I'll share with you guys how to share those with us so that we can see the awesome job you all did today.
Hello. Let's get on the right one. Just a precursor, I am working on the computer, so my drawings are going to look, everyone's drawings are actually going to look a lot different than others, but mine will just because I'm using digital media. We will be drawing what you saw before, which is a fuzz and a floof. We're calling our new characters and creator floofs. And they're the ones with little bodies and big square cube heads. We will be starting with our more familiar fuzz characters. And we'll do that character first, and then we'll do the floof, Frankenstein, which I'm calling Frankenfloof. You're going to want to start with your pencil. We're going to draw really light at first, just to make some finding lines. So start off with just a circle. I'm going to put mine on the left side, not all the way to the side here, and not here. So let's make it pretty big. And I'm going to make mine a little fuzzy just because they are fuzzballs. Circles are pretty hard, so I'm going to give you a couple seconds on that. And what we're going to be doing is blocking in a lot of these big shapes. So let's start with the hat. And I'm doing the hat first because we want to make sure that we have room for the eyes, and when you make the eyes, that the hat isn't covering the eyes. So we're going to start with the brim. We're going to make a quick or very slim ellipse here. And then once you're done with that, we're going to move up and basically make a triangle. I need to go back to school. Here. Cool. And just like that, you have a witch hat. Let's move on to the eyes now. I'm going to just use two pretty plain circles for now. And I'm going to put them a little bit off kilter, just like that. For your circles do not need to be perfect. We are only sketching stuff right now. Once you color this, it'll come to life. Okay, now we're going to do the inner circles, and I like to just color these in black as I'm making them. So let's do that. I'm going to have my character looking at what is going to be our floof on the right. So these circles will be touching the edge on the right. When we have this character properly blocked in, we're going to also get some of these other blacks in, because that really just helps when you're coloring. All right, now let's move on to the mouth. Now I'm going to draw up here just to show you that there's, actually I can just do it right on the character. So we can do tons of different mouths here if you want. Or we can do ones like this. I'm going to make a typical Kodable mouth. Just small crescent moon. Oops. bigger. There we go. And just a single tooth. And I'm going to color that in black too, just so the tooth stands out because she's proud of it. Okay, and let's move on to the hair. Because witches always have this crazy, unruly hair. We're going to follow this line straight from the triangle and just come down like this. Same thing over here. And then what you want to do is basically just kind of a jagged, fun edge from there. I'm going to do a little cleanup while you guys do that. Get this eyelashes. Okay. Let's see. The next thing we can do is just add the buckle to the hat. I don't have an eraser, but I have a virtual eraser. I'm just going to get this line out of here a little bit. And you guys don't worry if it's there. Once you color it, all those lines magically just kind of go away. Or you just kind of end up not looking at them. So just follow this brim line here. Make another one here. And then we're just going to add a little buckle. So 2 lines down. And then a rectangle right in the middle. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just add a little shadow to ground the character. Let's move on to the floof. Now I want the floof to be a little bit higher up because they have funny little bodies. So let's start with the head because it's the easiest. It's basically just a square. I'm going to put mine at a little bit of an angle because I want Frankenfloof to be kind of looking at his friend. And I'm going to start with a very light square because what I want to do is add a little fluff. Now you see I'm putting this fluff right over this line. That's fine. Nobody cares. It's fine. Now that could be a hard shape to draw too, so I'm going to. So I'll be in a couple seconds. All right, like we did with the witch hat, we're going to do that first with the hair. His hair kind of has a similar thing going on. So we're just going to do this jaggedy edge all the way across. You could put it here. You could put it wherever you want. I'm going to put mine right here. Cool. That does it. Let's move on to the eyes. I'm going to make his eyes basically the same as hers, and he's going to be looking at her. Now, your Frankenfloof could be a girl or a boy, and your witch could be a girl or boy, doesn't matter. It's your drawing. Color those in. We need some like Halloween music. Great. Again, you can do funny mouths, anything you want. Gonna just do a traditional mouth as well. And he doesn't have any teeth. Cool. Let's stay on the face and complete that, then we'll move on to the body. So let's give him a couple stitches. There's one. And there's another. Awesome. And it's not a Frankenfloof without the side bolts. Floofs don't really have necks, so we're just going to put it on his cheeks. It works. So this is basically just 2 lines, a little rectangle, 2 lines, and a little rectangle. And just like that, you got Frank and Floof's head. All right, let's move on to what I think is probably more the tricky part, is the body. Now you see this character is grounded here. I want to just take that line, well, not that. I want to take this kind of horizontal line, and so I want them standing at the same area. And I'm just going to draw a very faint line there. And that's where I know that the legs will stop. Now from here, I'm going to do a very faint sort of bell shape. And this is just so that your character's legs don't end up all the way down here, which again is totally fine. But this just helps me plot things out. Okay, now that that is done, I'm going to move on to the arm. I'm going to try and work very slowly here. This is just... Floofs are also very simple characters. Maybe just a little more intricate than Fuzz's. So that's our first arm. We're going to move on to the second arm. Now this belly here is basically blocking the other arm. So you want to put the other arm behind it. Just like that. And this arm here, the foreground arm, is blocking the legs. So you want to start the legs pretty much here. And from there, see, we're starting to get a little lower than this, so we gotta watch it. I just kind of do these short, stubby legs, which I think are super cute. And you can see he's starting to become a character pretty quick here. All right, let's move on to the jacket. His little ripped jacket is open. So let's add that. It's pretty simple. I just come down from a little off center here on the neck, the invisible neck, and I just come down like that. And same with the hair, these jagged edges. Something that's really nice in art that works well are these repeatable patterns that really pull a picture together. So sometimes you want to try that. We'll do the same thing over here. Cool. Let's give him some ends of his sleeves. Great. And then let's just give him a little belt line. Cool. That's a tricky one, so I'm going to do a little cleanup and let you guys catch up. Or not catch up, but add more detail and figure out how you want your floof to look. Right. So I'm going to add the shadow just like I did on the witch. There we go. Now we have 2 characters. Now from here, I'm not going to do a lot of cleanup on this, but I'm going to start moving into more of the environment stuff. So a really nice way of grounding these characters, aside from shadows, is also a horizon line, which is where the sky and the ground meet. So you wouldn't want to put a horizon line here because then they're, again, floating. So I'm going to put my horizon line behind them. And what you want to do is make a line that goes here stops, and then you continue it through, stop again, continue dragging your pencil, and then across. And I'm going to try and avoid going like that because that is called a tangent when it actually touches some of these edges, and it looks kind of weird when you do that. So I'm going to put that. All right, here we go. Horizon. Don't worry about a line, I mean a perfectly flat line either, because it could be, it's a pumpkin patch, so it could be lumpy, right? Okay, that's our horizon line. I'm going to add in a few pumpkins in the background, which are basically just circles that go beyond the horizon line that you can't see. So we're going to add those now. These are just simple shapes. Simple shapes. Why not? And another one there. It's a pumpkin patch. There's a lot of pumpkins. Okay, I'm gonna do another one here in the foreground. And what I want to do is make it big because things in the foreground are always bigger than things in the background. Or always bigger than they are when they're in the background. And let's add another one here. And this is your drawing. You can do this any way you want. You can add tons of pumpkins. You can add floating pumpkins with wings, anything you want. On the detail side, what you want to do with these guys is, let's start off with some stems, because that's going to dictate or tell you where the lines go across the ever prominent lines that go across pumpkins. So let's add the stems first. Stems can be fun. You can do short ones. You can do kind of, this is a little tricky, curly ones. You can do just straight ones. Stems are super fun on pumpkins to draw, but you don't want to overdo it. So let's just add one more and be done. Cool. All right, so these don't quite look like pumpkins yet. Let's add these lines. We're just gonna go from the stem basically outwards. From the stem basically outwards. These don't have stems, so you can just do that. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Cool. That'll do it for that. There's a few more environmental things I want to add. Let's add some grass, and then we're going to move on to the sky, and then it's just about color time. So you may recognize this grass because it's what I draw in all the games. Our cute rounded graphs. Cool. You see how that helps out a lot? It really just brings that environment in. And we don't want to add too many clouds because it's getting, I like a little blank space. So I'm going to add our moon here, very small. It's kind of a complex shape, but I'm guessing you're probably still adding grass. So let's take a quick coffee break. And just like the grass, I like to draw my clouds the same way too. You'll find these recognizable as well. Like I said, I don't want to fill this too much, because then our drawing is too busy. All right, and just like that, we've got our scene. And we are ready for our color stage.
All right. Good work, everybody. Thank you, Greg, for guiding us through that. At this time, Greg will leave this up, and you guys can get any coloring utensils that you need, colored pencils, crayons, markers, whatever you want. You can add extra details, add more characters, change things however you want to. customize it, and we have the chat open. So students, if you have any questions that came up that you have for Greg or anyone else on the team at Kodable, you can go ahead and let your teachers know, and teachers, you can ask them in the chat, and we will try our best right now to answer as many as we can as you guys are coloring and adding to your artwork.
We have a couple great questions in the chat already. The first one says, how many hours did it take to create the Halloween party coding activities? I wish one of our developers were in here, but it took us actually about 2 weeks to make these Halloween activities. We have a very small team, and we really had a brainstorming session to determine, do we want the mazes to look like spiders? What characters do we want included? So it took us about 2 weeks to put that in the game. And we're hoping that you guys love it.
Thankfully, there's a lot of fun things to work on with the Halloween, with the Halloween theme. So
yeah.
Greg, do you have a favorite character to draw?
Oh, I would say it's probably the new one, Pixel. I've been enjoying drawing him quite a bit.
Pixel's very cute.
Well, let me think if there's another one. Maybe one of the pets. I think the pets are pretty fun to draw too.
I agree.
We should have a pet drawing, like draw your favorite pet.
Someone asked how they can go check out Flooftopia. So Flooftopia is live on Kodable Creator right now. So when you log in on the web to game.kodable.com and you use your class code and you enter in, or if you enter in through Clever or Google Classroom, Kodable Creator has Flooftopia live and available right now, so you can go explore and meet all the characters and try out all the new courses. Greg, where do you get your inspiration from?
I watch a lot of movies. I've seen... There are a lot of, let's say, Pixar DreamWorks movies where the artists create the characters. And some of those characters started as sketches a lot. And if you go into these art books for Pixar DreamWorks from movies, say like Ratatouille or The Incredibles, Finding Nemo, there are incredible sketches and drawings of these characters. And I get a lot of inspiration from that. I also read a lot of I didn't read a lot of comic. I looked at a lot of comic books when I was a kid. I just studied the art. Other than that, I've been doing this for over 30 years. Children's art in particular. And I have a daughter, so there are some cherished children's book artists as well that I love. So that's probably a good cross-section.
Someone asked, how did we get the idea for the floofs? Our fuzzes are our round characters, and we just, as we were adding to Kodable, we were thinking like, what would make sense for our round characters? Maybe what would they look like if they were a different type of character, but kind of, similarly where we're using shapes. And so we decided, let's have a round character and a square character, and floofs then sprouted some legs, and we had a lot of brainstorming sessions about what they would look like. And so we kind of landed on the floofs, and we all really like them.
It was a very fun collaborative experience for Kodable, for
yes,
sure.
It was.
We all sat around. I drew a bunch of funny stuff. Our CEO came up with some really fun ideas, and yeah, basically that's how we came up with them. Weren't the bodies like a dream, Emmy?
Yeah, I had a dream that the fuzzes sprouted legs.
I was hoping you'd add that in. It's pretty cool. Dreams become a reality.
Yeah. If you just want to take a couple photos of your students' artwork or them following along, we would love to see them, because unfortunately we can't see you all right now.
But you can go ahead and email them to support@Kodable. We will share it with our team. If you do want to post it on any of your social media and tag us at Kodable so we can check it out there too. I'll go back to Greg's screen just in case anyone wants to keep coloring along with him.
Someone had a great question. They said, what is your favorite part of your job?
Working with the team to create stuff that we really love and get behind.
Yes.
Kind of going to say the same thing as Greg. It's really fun to work collaboratively and share our ideas. And we always start with an idea and then we all share our thoughts and opinions. And then at the end, it becomes something really, really wonderful. And that's what we got to see with Flooftopia and all of the new Floof characters.
Yeah. I love playing music, but it's not this fun when you play instruments just by yourself. It is fun, but it's not as fun as playing with other people.
Mm-hmm. We have character requests. Someone said that their students want unicorns and dragons. It's a good idea. We do have dragon. We don't have unicorn yet.
Team, do you have a favorite course that you like to play in Kodable Basics or Kodable Creator?
Ooh, I know. I love the engineering courses in Kodable Creator. There are some really fun ones, especially like forces where it's like a force field and the balls like go all crazy and bounce off. That's my favorite for sure.
Same. The engineering course for sure.
Yeah, super fun.
In Basics, I'm a really big fan of pets. It reminds me of a toy I used to use as a kid called a Tamagotchi, where you got to check in daily and take care of it and feed it. And so I really, really like pets. But I also love our new digital citizenship course just because it's more of like, I get to feel like a detective and dive in and sort through clues. So I like that one.
I like that one too, especially since some of them are tricky.
Yeah.
Martha just said, how long will the Halloween games be available? November 7th.
We're so happy to hear that you guys enjoyed today. Thank you so much for coming. Please send us a message at support@Kodable if you have any other feedback or any pictures or videos to share. We would love to see. And don't forget to join our next webinar. Keep an eye out on your teacher dashboard and emails for more information on upcoming events. Greg, do you have a favorite fuzz that you have created?
Sure I have. I think it would be Shaggy.
Shaggy.
I love his headband.
That's a good one. I love the shark onesie costume for the fuzz. That's my favorite. Very Halloween too.
If you have any other questions, comments, or feedback, please feel free to reach out to us. We're looking forward to seeing some of your finished artwork. I'm sure they all look wonderful and unique. Greg, this is looking fabulous. It all came together really wonderfully.
Thank you.
We hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will hopefully see you again soon at the next webinar.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Thanks, everyone.